Snapper, what's going on? We have finished UPW. We're doing dinner now. We've got some room service, and then I'm going to do like a full review of the weekend. Okay, I ate way too fast. I feel horribly sick. Let's do this review. How's this lighting? Focus your mutt. Okay, I'm going to talk about the highs, I'm going to talk about the lows, and then I'm going to do some suggestions and stuff. Highs. Tony Robbins. When he gets on the stage, I don't think that there's probably anyone on earth in his space that can get an audience going like what he can. More highs. The actual content that we did go through when we did content stuff was really good. The 6 human needs, brilliant. His application of that knowledge when he goes into the crowd and plucks someone out of the audience and to analyze what's going on in their life and what needs they're fulfilling by their crazy fucking habits that they've adopted. It's brilliant. It's the real deal. It makes sense. It's applicable. It's something that you can learn and then take home. It's something that I'm going to start doing with my coaching clients. It's really very clever. All the practical work we did with him about changing our emotional conditioning through changing our body and the muscles that we're firing in our face, all our physiology and our focus and our language. Brilliant. And back in the day, this is where we got a lot of the information that we put in lesson 7 of the IP course about physiology. It's important to get that shit right. And just that stuff alone was worth the price of the ticket, and many times over. If you take that stuff home and apply it, it's worth the ticket. But let's talk about the lows of the event. The biggest one, the elephant in the room, is he only showed up 2 of the 4 days, half the time. That, to me, is fucking crazy. That is ridiculous. Honestly, he should have just had a 2-day event and had a 2-day Tony Robbins event. We would have went still. There was zero mention of it when we bought the tickets. It's a $5,000 ticket, $5,000 each for diamond tickets. We went 2 days and we watched videos of Tony Robbins. On day 2, Robin and I came home about 7 p.m. We found the video that everyone was watching on YouTube. We came home, we got room service, we watched it here. And we worked. We got shit done. A day is worth a lot to me. I can't afford to spend a day watching YouTube videos. Half the diamonds didn't show up today. Interestingly, one of the first lessons was about time and how to guard your time and why it's important to guard your time. To me, that was the lack of respect for our time. Second biggest downfall, my personal opinion, was the hype. The content we covered was brilliant, but the content made up this much, the rest was a lot of fluff. There were some really long, overextended, in my opinion, unnecessary dance breaks, yelling, shouting, chanting, and some of it was deliberately hypnotic. It was kind of fucking peculiar. Which brings me to my last segment of the review, suggestions. Number 1 suggestion, don't subordinate to people who speak on stage. There was one particular part of the weekend, it was on the Saturday night, it was the transformation night, right? We did this massive big emotional flood for about 30 minutes, followed by repeating this particular phrase that they had written up on the wall, and we repeated it over and over and over with the hypnotic trance-like music in the background. One of the lines of the particular verse was this. Here it is. Here's a copy of it. One of the lines was, "I will lead, not follow." So get this. There's 5,000 people there in a dark room with this hypnotic music. A lot of them are crying, hands up into the sky saying, "I will lead, not follow." And that, "I am a leader, I am a leader, I am a leader," over and over and over and over and over. I had a good look around, and it looked like 5,000 followers to me, if I'm perfectly honest. And no offense if you were there, it looked like followers. I dare say, if you were one of the 20 or 30 Infinite Prosperity students there, you would have been one of the ones like me looking around thinking this is just a little fucking bit off. I get having a mentor. You need mentors. I have mentors. I have coaches who are much more knowledgeable, much more successful, much further down the road than me. I believe in mentors. But there's a big difference between respecting a mentor and worshipping a mentor. Worship just means that you're completely subordinated to them and you self-minimize. And what you're saying is, I want what that guy's got, I don't think I have it. He's got something special that I don't have and I could probably never have because I'm so self-minimized and I'm putting him on a pedestal. I don't believe in that. Anyone in that room could be the next Tony Robbins, could be the Tony Robbins of 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. But they're not going to be the ones who are crying, wanting to touch him. So, suggestion 1, don't subordinate to people on stage, don't subordinate to your mentors, respect them, soak up their knowledge, but get grounded and respect them mutually. Suggestion 2, understand that UPW as a conference is for the masses. It's marketed to the masses, it's most elementary teachings, it's for the masses. So if you're already along the journey a little bit, I would have probably, in hindsight, jumped straight into the university or done life mastery or business mastery. Or Date with Destiny, perhaps. Another thing I was going to say. If you're in pain, if you have some emotional fucking pain, like it seemed a lot of the room did, and you haven't cleared that yet and it's holding you back in life, you have some limiting belief, then UPW is probably the one that you're going to want to start with. But if that is your situation, then in my opinion, honestly, Breakthrough Experience with John Demartini is going to nail it better. But I do want to end the review on like a positive note. I don't regret going. I'm glad we went. We got what we'll get from this and what it will mean for teaching other people. It's massive. It will make a massive difference. Definitely glad we went. I just wanted to give it a very transparent review from my opinion.